Come sit down, babe.
I'm on my way. Here we go.
So take the tissues.
I've got them.
Welcome to Daz and Maz Unfiltered. This is a podcast where anything goes.
Oh gosh.
And we speak. And
you listen.
Indeed. So how are we feeling? Let me just address what happened last week. Obviously,
you got to tell them.
Some of you know that I did film, we did film the podcast last week for an entire hour, and I totally fucked it up, didn't press record, and then I got up and saw my phone afterwards and was like, oh my God, babe, I haven't fucking pressed record, and we just lost an hour of our life to nothing.
Sure did.
So, we're now here, on a Wednesday, which when we're going to film it, we're going to film every Wednesday, we're going to get it out on a Friday so we can get a bit of editing done by the brilliant Kieran from my agency. He's a very good editor, so he's going to sort some clips out for us. But yeah, so we are finally here to speak about loads of different things. There's so much coming up in the coming weeks. We've got some great guests that we're going to get on the pod, which we're looking forward to.
Yeah, I'm excited for that.
Been badgering on about them for weeks, so there's loads of different subjects we're going to talk about. Some real hard-hitting ones, actually, which we're going to cover today with one of those subjects, which is difficult for not only us to talk about, but a lot of people that go through this. 1 in 4 people, in fact, go through this particular thing, which I'll tell you about in a minute. But in general, how are you feeling now we are getting our podcast going?
Yeah, I mean, it's exciting. It's been a long time coming. I feel like we've waited an age to get to the point where we're actually here filming episode 1.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, you guys, how does this look? I'm buzzing. I think it looks fucking good.
I'm really proud of this.
I know it's a little bit amateurish. We're filming off one camera.
It's first time, it's the first time we've ever done a podcast. We never envisioned doing a podcast. It's something that, through doing our TikTok and growing the TikTok page, which has just hit 10,000 followers.
It has.
This last week.
Buzzing.
So we were really elated over that. But it's also not something we ever thought we'd do. So
no. Everybody
sort of asked, do a podcast. You guys are really funny, which I'm not sure we are funny, but there we are.
I don't know. No, not at all.
But, I think because we maybe just say how it is, people are like, you just got to go on a podcast and say how it is. So here we are, unfiltered.
Yeah, and obviously last week when we were filming the podcast, her voice was absolutely fucked.
It was bad. I mean, I'm not 100%, about 95% now, but I'm getting there. I could definitely talk better this week. So it maybe that's the reason.
So just in case people don't know us as a family or just stumbled across this on YouTube or TikTok or whatever, we are Daz and Maz. Our Daz and Maz wear him in actual fact, which is significant because our son is a professional footballer and he plays for Exeter City. He got a big move in the summer from Reading to Exeter. He plays as their number 9, which used to belong to the beautiful Stansfield family, and particularly Adam Stansfield, who lost his life.
Amazing family.
Yeah, and then
an amazing footballer too.
Fantastic goal scorer, as is his son, who plays for Birmingham. Obviously, you probably know him. He's Jay Stansfield. Jaden has taken the burden on of that shirt, which is a burden because it's just an iconic shirt for Exeter City. So, but he's playing really well at the moment. He's in form.
Yeah. I think when you say burden, it sounds bad, but
I meant.
I know what you mean.
It's a lot to take on.
And I think for him, he wants to do it so proud. He wants to. Make Stano proud.
Yeah.
He doesn't want to let him down. He doesn't want to let the family down. It's ingrained in him. He knows he's got a certain level to live up to. And that is what, and he's doing great.
No,
he is doing great.
I would say at the moment, he's up there with the most informed strikers in the league.
Yeah, and he's definitely in the form of his life.
That's my opinion, but I think, he's scoring goals regularly at the moment.
Yeah, 3-3 so far.
Yeah, and obviously last night they played in the Virtual Trophy and he didn't score. He was fucking fuming because he missed a sitter.
Yeah, he was absolutely fuming.
By Jaden's stats. And actually, if you go through stats, Jaden at the moment is the best striker in the league for shots on target to goal ratio.
Yeah, so we've been told,
which I think Sky brought it up during the Devon
is that where it came from?
So in the Devon Derby, Sky brought that up, that stat. which is really, really good.
I know they did his heat map and his GPS, and they were like, he's just everywhere.
Everywhere, yeah. So, yeah, we're just really buzzing with how everything's going. And obviously our social media is going really well. And obviously, like you said, hitting 10K is significant.
Yeah.
Because it's not easy to do that either. It's fucking hard.
Oh, it is hard.
And that's why,
being a content creator is not easy. You know, thinking of content, keeping up with content, trying to entertain everybody, you know, being serious, having a laugh, you know, taking people on the journey of every game he goes to, because we go home and away to every game.
Yeah.
You know, being able to do that and take everyone with us is great. But ultimately, the whole move to Devon has been massive for us as a family.
Yeah, so obviously we upped and we moved with everybody down to Devon from Bracknell, which is near Reading. And we thought, you know what, fuck it, we haven't got anything here for us. We may as well take our life down to Devon and move down there with him. And he always plays better when he's around his family, so we wanted to give him that family environment to really... It's a big year for him, you know. It's his first year in this league with a full season behind him, you know, where he's got an opportunity to actually do something.
Yeah.
And, you know, he's 22, he's a goal scorer.
Yeah.
And his ambition...
He's certainly that.
His ambition is to play for England and get in the Premier League.
As is probably all footballers,
of course. So you're going to set yourself a standard. And,
definitely.
You know, some people will laugh at that when I say it, but that is, if you don't set yourself those kind of standards...
Oh, if you don't have ambition as a footballer, you might as well stop now.
Yeah.
If you're not prepared to work and do everything you can to get to the very top, football's not for you. Because and you know, I'm not saying everyone will get to the top. You might not. Jaden might not. I hope he does, obviously, but he may not. But you've got to strive to that level to keep pushing and keep pushing. You know, and it's not easy. Not even as a family. You know, it's a collab of work that takes a lot of effort for everybody to muck in and get them where they need to be.
100%, and it's been a fucking graft.
We've certainly dedicated like careers, opportunities.
Yeah.
Like practically my whole life has been dedicated to Jay's
The other
football.
kids have suffered to a degree because they've had to deal with football the whole of their life, and you know, so they...
Yeah. I mean, they all love it in their own sort of way.
They are going to reap, you know, the rewards of success eventually, because, you know, their brother won't see them ever go without. You know, he knows how much they've suffered. So, and that's just the way he is. Like, and you know, it was the same for us. It's been hard work getting him there. So,
it's hard work.
And you know, people say, "Oh, why are you living off your son's name and all this shit?" Well,
yeah, it's not about that. It's not about that
because it's been a team effort. It's a collective effort.
Like, it's not about that. You know, but if you know, and any parent who has a child who, you know, where it identifies in their life somehow along the way that they are very, very gifted at something. If you as a parent don't push that and don't give them, all I ever did for Jay was give him opportunities to play.
Yeah.
And by giving your child opportunities, it's then down to them to then go and run with it. And Jay just did.
Yeah.
So,
natural talent.
You know, as a parent, all we've done is give him opportunity.
And he's one of them annoying turds, Jay, isn't he? Like, he's just
I know what you're going to say.
He's so fucking annoying. He's so good at everything. It doesn't matter what he does.
Everything.
He just pisses me off. He's so good at everything. I play him at table tennis, he beats me. I play him at fucking pool, he beats me. Like...
Darts, he gives you a good go at that.
Honestly, it's everything. You just
tennis, badminton, he could do it all, can't he?
Honestly, he's a pain in my arse, but you know, he's just so good. He's just a sportsman.
He is a natural sportsman.
Even at golf, he's a fucking golf.
Oh god, he's good at golf. Yeah,
he's ridiculous at golf. Like he says to me, "Oh, do you want to play golf, Dad?" I'm thinking, yeah, great. I love golf, but I'll go and play. Yeah, no problem. And then I go there and he slaps a 5-iron. Fucking.
I mean, it wouldn't surprise me, you know, if he does make a good career of football and gets to the top, that he'll be in a pro-am somewhere in the future.
Probably.
Or something, you know, playing alongside somebody.
Yeah, he can slap, just for reference, he slaps a 5-iron about 270, and that is about as far as I drive it.
Yeah, I mean, that's mad. I mean, I can hit about 5 yards. So I just don't. And when he really gives, I mean, I sort of flinch because it's so like powerful.
Yeah, because his swing is so quick.
His swing is so fast. You think, oh my god. Yeah, and he's a big lad. You know, he's a tank, isn't he, as you call him? Yeah. So.
But so that is a bit about us, about the family.
We've got 7. We say 7 kids because we've got Jay. We've got Olivia, who is 19, who's also about to be a mummy, which is very exciting. We've got Evelyn, who is just turned 17 yesterday. And then we've got Eleni, who is 11, Fletcher, who is 8, and baby Hartley, and he's coming up 20 months. So we've got a busy family. We say 7, I've named 6, but the other baby is in heaven, unfortunately.
Which comes on to the subject of miscarriage, which is what we wanted to cover on this first episode, because next Friday is our mental health charity event.
I can't believe it's a week away.
And miscarriage is something that affects 1 in 4 people, which is what I mentioned at the beginning of the podcast.
Which is just crazy. That's really scary.
And it affects a lot of people mentally. And obviously we've been through it ourselves, so we wanted just to tell our story a little bit, and there's some people out there who might relate to it and find comfort in the story. But Mazza, obviously as a man, it doesn't affect me as much as it affects you, because you go through it physically, although obviously it affects me more mentally, because I'm having to think about the things that you're going through, as well as losing the baby.
I think watching somebody you love go through that as well is hard.
Yeah, it's not very nice. So
I remember you saying to me, I can't bear watching you like this.
So yeah, to take everybody back to, like, it was Pancake Day 3 years ago. And if you just take everyone back to that and explain to them what happened and what you went through and how it, what the process was and stuff, just to give everybody a bit of an insight into how fucking shit miscarriage is. I'm sure everyone would be interested to know what that's like.
Where do you start? So it was Pancake Day, and it had to be an event day, because now every year on Pancake Day we have the excitement with the kids because it's Pancake Day, but we do have the dark cloud over it as well, and the sadness that comes with it when we're on our own. But yeah, it was Pancake Day, and I was like 11 weeks, 5 days pregnant. And there's been a few comments of, it was so early, like, shouldn't have bothered you. But we were so close to the 12-week mark, to the safety point.
Which is what they say is a safety
point. The safety point.
You can lose a baby after that.
Yeah, you can.
That's the safety net.
So I just was so desperate to get to 12 weeks. We had a scan booked in. We were so excited to see, the baby, and how it looked like they looked like a tiny baby then, and everything, and it was just so exciting to be able to have our first scan. And we were telling the kids, Mummy's got her first scan. We're going to go and look at the baby and hear their heartbeat and all that next week. And then Pancake Day came, and I remember being really cold. My whole body was shivering from top to bottom, and I thought, I must be coming down with something, a flu or something, because I just can't. I was uncontrollably just shivering away, and I thought, what's going on? And I remember you ran me a nice warm bath, because you can't have red hot baths, or so they say. So we just I had a warm bath, and then I had my dressing gown on after, and I was still like, I don't know what's going on. And I had like 3 hot water bottles, really, really long one and 2 little ones, and my dressing gown, I had a blanket on, and I'm still like this. And I thought, what's going on? And the kids are...
You've had 5 kids before this.
Yeah, all successful, really happy, fairly textbook pregnancies, great labours.
You didn't do anything different.
Didn't do anything different. No, I each to their own, but I'm not someone that gyms during pregnant, not someone that drinks during pregnant. I won't even have caffeine. I'm quite strict, aren't I? But I don't know, I just, something wasn't right, and I just thought, I'm coming down with something. And obviously, like I said, it's Pancake Day, so all the kids are in the kitchen and they're all cooking pancakes, and Evelyn's a pancake master. So she was cooking everyone pancakes, and all the kids are in there. Jaden's in there. He was 19 then, 18, 19. And all of a sudden, I'm on the sofa, and you were in the office at the time in a different room. And I sat on the sofa, and I thought, I feel really wet, almost like I've wet myself. And I had a moment where I thought, well, obviously I haven't, because I would know I have. It was just a really mixed moment. It was really strange. And then I thought, God, I'm dripping in sweat now. I've got to get, you're like taking everything. I'm like, I need to get everything off. And as I stood up to take my dressing gown off, was just blood just poured all over me, the kitchen floor. It was all over the sofa. It was just, I'd never seen that amount of blood in a short space of time. I don't think ever. And obviously I'm then just screaming for you because I didn't know what was going on and I just needed you.
I remember I was in the office and someone came, I can't remember who it was, it might have been Els or Jay or someone came running, Mum needs you now.
It was Jaden, yeah. Yeah, it was all a bit, it was a mass blur because everything happened so fast. 1 minute you're making pancakes and having a relaxing bath, and then the next minute you've got like this trauma to deal with. And I remember, even though I remember you looking down at the floor and I saw your face just sort of drain of colour. And I remember looking at you like, oh my God. And I remember you said, it's fine, everything's fine, it's all fine, don't worry, it won't be anything bad, it's not going to be that. Now, I never even said what I thought it was. I never said, oh, I'm having a miscarriage or something's happening or anything. You just was like, it's not going to be that, it's not going to be that, come on baby, it's not that, come on, let's get you to the toilet.
I couldn't believe it. You'd had so many.
Yeah, I never even crossed my mind that something like that would happen to us.
I just didn't think it could happen to you. But then, you go through that stat and think there's 1 in 4 people that it can happen to. And then you think, fuck me, it can really happen to anyone.
Anybody.
At any time.
Yeah.
And I remember when we got to the hospital and they took us in that room and they were like, we're going to take you through for a scan and whatever. And then we went and sat in the scan room, and that's the one thing that fucking wound me up, like on the night. It's just like they're so unsympathetic. I know that
they didn't care.
I know they see it often. And like you go back to that stat every time.
They see it every day.
Yeah, and that's why, because have so many.
Just because they're seeing it every day. I'm not going through this every day.
Fucking don't be so dickish about it. Like,
yeah, it really was like, in there, off you go.
Yeah, and it's like,
I'm like pouring with blood. I feel weaker than I've ever felt. I'm absolutely, my head is everywhere because I don't know what's going on. Is the baby okay? Or am I okay? You just don't know what is happening in that moment, but they just didn't care. And I know they're overrun, and I know, there's so much going on.
Sit in that fucking room and put you on the bed and then turn the screen away from you so you can't see if your baby's heart's beating, because you can see it. If you're going for a normal scan and your baby's okay, the first thing you look at is that little white flash. Yeah. Because you know that is a healthy baby, because your baby is breathing. But when you look at that screen, if you don't see that white flash,
you're sort of like,
you're sort of like, can I see it? Oh, you're desperately trying, but then they turn the screen away because they're like, well, I'm not going to let them see that because they know.
Yeah, and I don't know why.
I don't like that. I don't like they do that.
Yeah, I mean, we were taken in for a scan, and I'm sort of laying there, and deep down we both sort of knew. You don't want to hear it, but we both sort of knew what we were about to walk into, I think. And I remember her saying, right, let's have a look at this little one then. And the way they say that is a bit like,
oh, they're going to be okay, yeah.
I don't know, it just gave me a bit of hope, I suppose. I don't know. And then I sort of laid there, and then they put the gel on your belly and they put the scan on you, and I'm gripping your hand like it's going to, come for my life, I suppose. And then it's like the eerie silence of that room is just absolutely devastating. You feel it before they say it. And, they're scanning for ages and ages, and then you're thinking, oh, come on, please, you're begging it, please. And nobody's saying anything, we're not speaking, we're all in our own heads going, please, you're praying, please, God, bring this baby, please let this baby be okay, please let my baby be okay, please, anything. And then all of a sudden she just went with the screen, and I looked at you and thought, oh God, she's going to say it, and I just waited for that moment. Please don't say it.
Even though you know deep down that is what happened anyway, you just don't want to hear it. You never want to accept it. You don't want to understand how that happened.
No, because all you want as soon as she said to us, I'm so sorry, but there's just no heartbeat. I just wanted somebody to tell me why.
Yeah,
I was just so
difficult, isn't it?
I just was so desperate for a reason, you know, and then it's easier to, I suppose, move forward with it or understand it or get your head around what's going on. Oh, I'm really sorry you lost your baby because of this. You lost your baby because that happened. And I'm sure it's just as traumatic and horrible, but I just needed somebody to give me a reason. And then you can kind of go, oh, okay, right, well, you know, that's nobody's fault. But I spent a long period of time blaming myself.
Yeah,
I did this, I did that, I shouldn't have done that.
There's genuinely nothing and it's easy for me to say now that it was a few years ago, but there's genuinely nothing you can do or anybody can do about it. If it's going to happen, it's going to happen.
Yeah.
And it's a natural thing to happen. And as shit as that sounds, and nobody wants to accept it because you're like, well, like some people, I mean, they try for years to get pregnant and have a miscarriage. That is so fucked, mate. I can't, like, it's so shit for that to happen to somebody.
With no reason.
For no reason.
Yeah, and that's what I mean. The reason is so important, but there just isn't one.
No. And you think, I always think to myself, what did they do back in, like, caveman times? Like, it sounds funny, but genuinely, like, what did they just bleed and lose a baby and it was just like, okay, fair enough? Or did they go through trauma like we went through and think, oh my God, I've lost my baby? Or you're never going to know, obviously, but I always think if we deal with it the way that we deal with it now, going back all those thousands of years ago, how did they deal with it when they had no technology? They had no idea they were even probably pregnant until they were like showing or could feel the baby. They wouldn't have had a clue.
Yeah, it's strange, isn't it? Yeah, I don't know.
And so, yeah, I just think, you know, you just have to like accept it. As horrible as that sounds, is accept it and
I mean, there's no
try and deal with it as best you can as a family.
There's no. I mean, and that's it. You know, I needed you. You know, I've always said, you know, that is a real club together, be together, walk together, grieve together, you know, and it's such a big grieving process because you go from just heartbreaking sadness to just anger to then lost and empty, and it's a process you have to go through.
Like I was about to say, you go like it's also trying to deal with the fact that you're going from 1 minute you're super happy as a family because you know you're about to have a baby, and then within 10 minutes.
Oh, I mean, it's like I mean, I was ended. And it really was. I was happy pregnant Maz, 1 minute having a relaxing bath, everything fine, to then pouring with blood, screaming for you. And I'm in the car in a matter of minutes going to the hospital.
Yeah, and I'm thinking, oh my God, I know what's coming. I just don't know how to fucking deal with this because...
Yeah, and I think for you, how am I going to deal with it?
You've never had a miscarriage. It was your first miscarriage. Yeah. So how are you going to actually deal with that? You know, that's all the things that I'm going through in my head. I'm thinking, how do I protect you as best I can? Yeah. Because I know what's coming.
Even though the whole time you're going, everything's going to be fine. It's going to be fine, baby. Come on.
I'm trying to reassure, but I know obviously in my head.
And I think, you know, and I
know you know it as well, but you just...
You know, you don't see that amount of blood and everything be fine.
No, and it's just trying to deal with that in the best possible way. But
really difficult.
I did feel that it was something that was worth talking about today on the first pod because obviously, like I said, with that charity event next week and everybody that's coming and whatever, you know, go through mental health for different reasons.
Yeah. I mean, I suffer anxiety and panic attacks every day, but that's a different, you know, there's that side of mental health and, you know, different from bipolar to agoraphobia to all sorts of different things. Yeah. But to then go through, you know, deep depression and grief as a couple through miscarriage is another...
And some people really do suffer from it.
Yeah.
And that is why I thought, you know, fuck it, we'll bring it up today.
We'll talk absolutely affected me big time.
Because we didn't talk about it on the first pod. You know, the first pod was all fun and like a good laugh.
The one we didn't press record on.
Yeah, I didn't press record on it. And then today, obviously, we've come to this and we thought, you know what, maybe that was why, because we needed to talk about something leading up to mental health.
Yeah.
So, but
I mean, it's difficult.
It won't be all dreary like on the podcast. We will have some fucking good laughs and whatever. And where's your wine, babe? You didn't bring your wine in for the pod today.
No, I was going to bring wine. I was going to bring wine.
She's going to get sloshed on camera, like, and then afterwards we're going to have a fucking good night. Wee.
No.
That's what happens when she drinks red wine. Is anything goes, mate. So.
Gosh. I do have to just address something when it comes to miscarriage as well. Is that, well, two things really. Is it's, when you do lose the baby, that's hard enough. Going back to your children, if you've got children who are also excited for that baby, that's really hard.
Yeah, because you've got
to go over it, to re-explain to them that they're not going to have their brother or sister. They're not. That baby's not going to come. You're not going to get to hold that baby, and then have a 5-6-year-old say, "Mummy, why is your tummy not growing? Where's the baby gone?" And explain that baby's in heaven.
Yeah, it's hard.
It's really hard. And then you get the question from people of, "Well, you going to try again?"
Yeah, I know. And at the time, you're like, "Shut the fuck up, idiot! I've just lost my baby."
Yeah, I couldn't even think about trying.
That's all you think about. Like, they're trying to be nice and like.
Yeah, I don't think anyone does it viciously, but
in your head.
Oh gosh.
And that's where mental health comes in. Because you're in a mental state where you're not ready to talk about things like that, and they're like, "Yeah, you're going to go again or whatever," and it's like, who the fuck do you think you're talking to? I've just lost the baby.
Yeah, it's hard, and you've got to just go, "Oh, I don't know."
Yeah, and you've got to try and be, they're trying to be nice, but
because they're trying to get you to look to brighter days and look for the future. And actually, I wanted to sit in that grief. I wanted to sit in a place where I'd lost my baby. I wanted to sit and miss them, and wish they were here. And I wanted to, I remember saying to you, "I'm so sorry that I took your baby away."
Yeah, which is just ridiculous.
That I couldn't bring that baby to us.
But I don't like you talking like that, because it's not your fault, and it's.
But you feel like that. I'm supposed to carry it. I'm supposed to get it here safe. I'm supposed to do the best for it. I'm supposed to hibernate this baby and bring this baby here safe, and I couldn't. And you do, as silly as it probably sounds now, I just felt such guilt that I'd lost you a baby.
Which I would imagine 90% of women do feel. And it's not something you should ever feel, but...
I think it's hard, really hard. And then obviously we had to then go through the process of, it wasn't a case of, "Oh, shall we try for another baby? Do you think we should try for a baby?" You go through a process of, okay, are we strong enough to lose another?
Yeah, I know, yeah.
It's not a case of, "Oh, well, let's just have another baby." It's, "Oh my God, do we try for a baby, and can we go through that again, because it can happen?"
Yeah.
Because neither of us thought that would ever happen. But then, can you go through it again?
No.
I did not want to go through that. And I remember falling pregnant. It took us 3 weeks. Do you remember how quick it was? And I remember bringing the test to you going, "Oh my God, we've done it." And you were like, "What?" I said, We've done it. Oh my God, we're actually pregnant with our rainbow baby, as they call them.
Yeah.
And everywhere was a rainbow. Do you remember?
Yeah.
Everywhere we looked, whether it was on like a T-shirt or an actual rainbow in the sky, they were everywhere. And we were like, "Oh my gosh, we've actually got a rainbow baby on the way." But the fear of that pregnancy.
Yeah, it's horrible, isn't it? Yeah.
Oh my God. I mean, all my other pregnancies, you have that in the back of your head. Oh, let's just eat right. Let's do the right thing. Stay as active as you can.
Fucking do. If it's going to happen, it's going to happen.
Yeah, it's going to happen. You can be the fittest, healthiest, most mentally stable person in the world. It can happen to you.
Yeah.
Because I wasn't overweight. I ate really well.
No, you didn't change anything that you'd done from the previous pregnancies.
And Jaden's 22, and like I said, I've had lots of babies. But that's 22 years of sustaining a healthy lifestyle. So why would that baby be any different? But it was. But to then live every day, every scan. Oh, do you remember? So my lovely friend Gillian, she's a midwife.
Yeah, we were going every
week,
week, weren't we, to
every
see
Sunday.
Every
she'd
Sunday.
Be like, just come to the delivery suite. Yeah. I'll put the Doppler on and we'll hear the baby. And we had our own at home. You were listening nearly every day.
You just do, because again, that's
it was
a mental
just
thing.
horrible. I thought, I can't, please, please don't let me lose this baby. I just can't. But baby Hartley is here. We had a textbook perfect pregnancy after. We had perfect home birth. He came within about an hour and a half. So, you know, there is, for anyone out there that is going through a miscarriage right now, or you're thinking of having another baby, or you're trying for that rainbow baby, or you've just maybe fell pregnant with that rainbow baby, there is a chance for successful pregnancies after you've lost.
Oh, 100%, yeah.
Because Hartley is my baby Hartley boy. He is running around. He is yabbering on. He eats everything. He destroys everything. You know, plays with his toys, plays with his brothers and sisters. You know, it really can happen, and it can be. It was very smooth sailing. We had perfect scans, perfect blood tests every time, perfect labour. Had him at home, no stitches, everything was just as it should.
Yep.
But yeah, when you first start trying for your rainbow baby, you think, oh my goodness. But
yeah, it's odd, and you don't want to go through it again. But you know, look, we got Hartley. He is a rainbow baby. He's perfectly healthy. He's beautiful little baby, and we're buzzing with it. So
yeah,
I think with this subject, it was always going to be a sore subject. It's not very easy for anyone to fucking talk about.
No.
So I thought we'd bring it up on the first pod.
And we've had, 3 years and a baby in that mix since that's happened.
Yeah.
To grow, to be stronger than ever as a couple. You know, it made us strong. I know some people go through difficult times when that happens, but it made us stronger. You were my rock through all of it. Like from start to finish, you were just everything.
Of course.
And I couldn't have done it with anybody else,
No, and you if you're going to go through a miscarriage, you're going to want to go through the miscarriage with the person that you love, and that they're going to be your support, and you're going to support each other in that journey of miscarriage, which is fucking shit, by the way.
Yeah, it's really shit. Really shit.
But you're going to support each other as best you can and come out the other side of it, like we have,
yeah.
like many other people will. There is always light at the end of the tunnel, as they say, and especially in this, it's like.
And equally, when I lost all that blood, that's not the end. You go through scans, they tell you the heartbeat's not there, and then you've got to make the decision of, do you have an operation to remove
DNC,
it,
the sweet,
or do you go home and hope that naturally that baby,
which is what we were told.
Yeah, so we decided to choose the natural option, didn't we? And we said, let's give what we think was a little girl. Let's give her the opportunity to leave the way she needs to leave without interrupting her or anything. Let's see if my body can do what it's always done, is go into labour naturally, and that's obviously what happens. You have to go into labour naturally and pass that baby through. And I remember being on all fours in our bedroom over the bed,
in pain, yeah.
In actual labour, trying to pass this baby that had passed away, and the agony of that. And obviously, you don't have to worry about not taking Medicate pain relief, because when you're pregnant, obviously you can have paracetamol and that's pretty much it. Or that's all I ever took anyway. But when you have a miscarriage, the nurses and the doctors, they're like, take whatever you need. Here's the strongest cocodamol you've ever found. Take Nurofen that's coming out of your they're like, because all of a sudden it becomes just making the mum as comfortable as possible. Mm-hmm. But that was full on 5 days of labour.
Yeah, shit.
Waiting for that baby to pass. And I'll never forget when she did pass. And she was a lovely, tiny, little formed person.
On the toilet paper.
Yeah, she was just so lovely. Like with her little hands and her little tiniest little fingers.
It was crazy.
She was just lovely. And then, we've got all the scans and everything, because when we found out she'd passed away, they gave us the option to have scan pictures. So we were like, yes, give us everything. We want as many pictures of her as we possibly can. So we've kept everything. We kept we'd bought her first outfit, hadn't we? So we've kept that, which was just a plain white baby grow, but it's all in a little box. And we got like a certificate, didn't we?
And these are, again, if you are going through it, there are ways to cope, and these are coping mechanisms for couples and families or whatever they want to go through. But
yeah,
these
for
are
us, it was
things
just worked for us that we had.
and
And some, you know, I know some couples that went through it when we were going through it, who came and reached out to us, and you know, some of them chose to not have anything. They just wanted to move on. It wasn't meant to be. That's, you know, we don't want pictures. We don't want anything. Let's just move on.
That's each to their own.
And that's absolutely fine. We just chose to have as much as we possibly could, even down to like my hospital wristband from the moment I went in.
Yeah.
The scan document, like just everything. We kept everything. It's in a lovely box with little angel wings on the top.
Yep. So, yeah, I think, like I said, I wanted to talk about it today. I think we both decided it would be something good with the event next week. And just to plug that a little bit, we have got about 10 tickets left for the charity event next week. So if you are from Devon, or even if you're not and you want to come and get a hotel down here,
come and have a nice night.
£15 a ticket. It all goes to Mind, which is a fantastic charity for mental health. There's an auction on the night. There's a
huge raffle
with some great prizes. And you get to meet a couple of special guests which will be there.
It's going to be a really good night, and I can't believe we're saying it's
and a bit of a disco
Friday.
and dance and some food, and
there's a DJ.
Your food and a welcome drink will come with your entry
and
ticket.
a gift bag to take home.
So if you want to get in touch, you can get in touch with us via our email address, which is dasmazw@outlook.com. And also you can send all your questions to us for the podcast, and we will endeavour to cover those as best we possibly can.
And we'd love to hear your stories of your baby loss.
Send us all those things, and we'll read out a few of those towards the end of our podcast.
Yeah, if you're happy for us to read them out, just mention that in the email, and then we can.
But it is time to say goodbye for our first podcast.
Can't believe we've done it.
No, it's been a good chat. I hope you've got to know us as a couple. Obviously you've got to find out one of our stories which should hopefully resonate with quite a few of you. Well, I hope it doesn't, but I know it will do. And please follow our TikTok, which is @thefootballfamily. Obviously I've got my notes here, so I'm trying to read these to remember them. This is like a script, so I'll remember it eventually. So our TikTok @thefootballfamily, go and follow it, please. You'll find everything to do with
all our trials and tribulations of a busy family.
Involved in football and all the other shit that goes along with that. Probably a load of bollocks, but you'll probably find it funny at some stage, I would have hoped.
When I prank you on our videos are quite good, aren't they?
No, they're fucking not. Like, you wind me up. But I'm going to get my own back tomorrow. She's going to get beans poured all over her head for reaching 10k. We promise we'll do that. So
I don't know why I got punished for reaching 10k.
Well, you didn't,
but
it's
there
just
we
a bit
go.
of banter, innit? So go follow our Facebook page, which is Daz and Maz. Just Daz and Maz. Go follow that. We appreciate everybody going over there. And please remember to subscribe over on our YouTube to the podcast, which is Daz and Maz Unfiltered. Go and follow that. You'll probably find it Daz and Maz Wareham, over on YouTube. Please subscribe to that. Podcast will be out every Friday. You'll be able to find the podcast on all the great listening platforms, which we're going to get them up on, where you'd normally find your podcasts. But obviously mainly TikTok and YouTube, you'll see all the clips and stuff. So please do that. I'm going to pray to fuck that this is recorded, because if it isn't, I'm going to sound like a right twat again. Thank you very much for joining us. I hope you've enjoyed our first episode.
It's been great.
Be on the lookout for
difficult but great.
Yes, be on the lookout for next week's pod. It'll be our first guest on the podcast next Friday when it comes out. So that should be interesting, and it'll be a bit more of an upbeat podcast. We look forward to seeing you all next week, and
see you next Friday.
See you next Friday.